It's a cool, cloudy afternoon in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we come to you from Target Field for a doubleheader between the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak. This is Rex Hudler. And yes, we've got a doubleheader for you today, and it'll be wall-to-wall baseball for the next 7 hours on Fox Sports Kansas City. And Rex, I wanted to ask you about the pitchers today. Jake Junis will make his first major league start. Ian Kennedy will go game 2.
Got doubleheader, you got to have a little extra reinforcement, but Jake Junis is the man that they picked. This is a great opportunity for him to build off of that first win he got in Tampa the last time he towed the slabs in the Royals uniform. Let me see it. Great to have Ian Kennedy back. Can't wait for that. Phil Hughes and Mejia, we got to get them in order for us to win. We got to get those guys.
And how about Jacob Junis? He won in relief in that 12-inning game down in St. Pete.
Big confidence booster. I'm telling you, this was a great opportunity for him to be able to take the baton after that first win in Tampa. He came in with the pressure situation to hold the lead. He did exactly that. He knows how to pitch to defense. This young man, I believe, has a nice future ahead of him. If he can just impress today, that would go a long way.
Rex Hudler spent 2 decades in pro baseball. He'll talk about what it takes to play two. That's next. Brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all, for less. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. We get the old traditional doubleheader. 2 for the price of 1. You play 9, you get a half hour off. You play another 9. What's it like for the players?
Don't get any better, Fizz, especially if you can get a couple of hits in that game 1 if you're in that lineup, and then you get some hits in game 2. Oh, my gosh, you have a chance for a great week in one day. But don't forget that hot dog in between games, Fizz. You got to have a little bit of nutrition in you, get some fluids in you. Make sure to stay hydrated.
Well, this guy will likely go both games, and that's the Royals Iron Man, Alcides Escobar. We'll talk his story next. his 213th consecutive game, breaking the franchise record set by Paul Shaw in 71-72. What's it take to play every day, Hud?
You got to have a great body, no question about it, but your mind's got to be even stronger. He shows up every day. He knows he's in that lineup and seems to be in the right place, right time every time. He's a Gold Glover, believe that.
When we come back, we'll have the first pitch of the doubleheader with the Royals and the Twins. That's next. Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. It's another cool, cloudy, and there is a chance of rain here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, for this doubleheader between the Royals and the Minnesota Twins. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg with you, and there is Alcides Escobar. He will break the Royals franchise record by playing in his 213th consecutive game. I know, Hud, you're talking about the mental toughness, but also it takes a special physical specimen to be able to go out there and play every single day.
Obviously, Fizz, he's blessed with talent, no doubt about that. He's a world champion, ALCS MVP. You know, this guy really loves the limelight. He loves it when all the lights are on, the whole world's watching, but especially loves leading off. And if he can continue to help his team win and get on base, that'd be a big bonus for him.
How about Phil Hughes, tall right-hander out of Mission Viejo, California. He was with the Yankees, now with the Twins, and a 5.23 ERA, so he is hittable.
That's right, and also you see the hits, or excuse me, the walk. These are two important things I'm circling here. The opponents can hit him, but only 9 walks in 43 innings. That's a recipe for success against the Royals offense. They're very aggressive. Fastball, curveball, cutter, changeup. This is an aggressive team. He's not overpowering at all. He's going to throw strikes, and for an aggressive offense like we have in Kansas City, hopefully we can get him on, get him over, and get him in.
Fastball only 46% of the time. That's the lowest rate in his career. And his fastball velocity is down about 2-3 miles an hour. Swing and a miss at the 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's strike one. Escobar just 1 for his last 17, and that has seen his batting average drop to 178. 0-2.
Yep. Hughes going to come right after him. He's a veteran. Hughes is a big guy too, 6'5", 238, 240. He's exactly what you're looking for in a starting pitcher, big and durable.
Just off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last year, though, he was not durable, but it was only because he took a line drive off of his knee, fractured his left knee, only pitched in 59 innings. It's the final 4 months of the season.
Yeah. That wasn't his fault, though.
In there, strike 3 call.
And I know these Royals they've been schooled on Hughes. He's a strike thrower, so got to be aggressive and be ready. Minnesota defense, there's Joe Mauer. He's been their mainstay here, but you can see they've had a really good year so far. They're plus 21 in defensive runs saved. That's best in Major League Baseball. Mauer's had 0 errors over there at first base this year.
Moose goes after the first pitch and fouls it back, strikes 1. So the Royals being aggressive early with Hughes. Mike has put together a 7-game hit streak to raise his average to 257. On his hands, popped up. Dozier, the second baseman, 2 out.
Yeah, one of the reasons they're swinging early is because Hughes has given up a 632 average on first pitches. So, he's going to try to get that early strike, and the Royals love a fastball right down the middle, and really, who doesn't?
Now Lorenzo Cain, a 287 average. The Royals looking for their first win against Minnesota this year. They have started 0-6, being outscored by the Twins 38-17.
That has got to change in game 1 here. See what he's done now. He's given up a high opponent average. We showed you that earlier, but he has given up 7 home runs. 4 of those 7 home runs have come with 2 outs.
And only 3 quality starts in the 8 games that he has started for Minnesota this year. Still, the Twins have been a good team. They are 21-17 in first place in the American League Central, by a half game over Cleveland. There's Paul Molitor, their skipper, and they suffered a terrible season last year, going 59-103. Twins went from 83 wins in 2015 to just 59 last year. Kane, fly ball to right. Kepler is there. 3 up, 3 down for Phil Hughes. We head to the bottom of the first. We'll see Jacob Junis make his first Royal start. Benjamin Lee Junis. Royals 29th round pick in 2011. They signed him after he had agreed to a deal at North Carolina State. First major league win came in relief at Tampa Bay in extra innings, and last year the Northwest Arkansas Pitcher of the Year.
Always a guy making his major league first start is going to have jitters. So in order for him to have success today, he's got to get through this first inning here. The quicker the better.
Yeah, he's always been a command pitcher. Keeper down against this guy, and Dozier skies it in the air left center field, and Kane moves over near Gordon and makes the catch for out number 1. Dozier to lead things off for Minnesota. He'll be followed by Joe Mauer, then Miguel Sano, who has driven in 14 of his 30 runs against the Royals. Vargas got the big hit that tied the game in the 9th on Friday.
Now when you're an offense like the Twins, you've never faced a guy before. We're going to watch him on video. They'll find footage of him, and then you'll get a little report, and then you just treat him like any other day, any other pitcher.
Yeah, Junis last year at AA and AAA, 149 innings, only walked 34 and struck out 143. Some good stuff, and there's a fly ball to left, and it will be foul.
Okay, this season so far in his brief appearances, this is what he's thrown: fastball, slider, curve, changeup. Mainly heaters. He's got a good one, low to mid 90s. If he can locate it out of the middle, he's going to be in good shape. Mauer, he's an inside-out hitter and goes to left field, left center a lot. I don't know why he does, because Alex Gordon's always there and robbing him any chance he gets. Gordon's taken more hits away from Mauer than any other defensive player, I'm sure.
Alex with 2 great catches on Friday. There's a breaking ball or fastball that just misses outside.
And the defense he's playing right now is off the charts great. Fun to watch. Any ball hit out there, especially with topspin in front of him, he's an expert on picking up the rotation off the ball and reads on, the spin on the ball, whether he gets under it, whether he gets on top of it, or whether he hits it in the middle. He seems to pick it up right away. Tells me his vision is great. Check him out. Look at it. See that one look? He looked about on his 3rd step. This one here, he came in. This was a routine one. The other one, this one right here, that was a beauty. That saved a run, and he picked that right off the ground. And not many guys can do that.
And he goes towards Gordon again. Oh, this one will split the gaps, and Mauer will have second base on the double.
Man, almost on cue. Alex tried to track that one, but Mauer hit it too good.
And they had Alex playing closer to the line than he normally would.
Yeah, that's right. That's down in the wheelhouse. Talked about how Mauer likes to use the opposite field. That ball just short hopped the wall. There's no way. But look at this. Bare hands it. Mauer knew he was in for it. Had to go for it. Nice little dirty double. Got some dirt on it.
Now trouble in Miguel Sano. We told you 14 of his 30 RBIs against one ball club, Kansas City. And he fouls off the first pitch, strike 1. He's 11 for 22 against the Royals this year.
Pretty good numbers.
Junis tried to get him to chase that slider.
Well, he's in the top 10. Snow is in a lot of offensive categories so far this year. Last 3 games he's hitting .417. So be careful in the nitro zone. Don't put anything in the middle. Beauty there.
Salvi asked for back-to-back breaking balls, and I doubt very seriously where if Junis will be shaking Salvador that much.
You got that right. This nothing too good here. You're ahead in the count. See if you can get him to swing off the plate. Don't leave him a cookie.
Well, that's 3 straight off-speed pitches.
Junis looks good so far, and I like his tempo. He's getting the ball for the most part and getting it up there. Let that hitter think and give you a chance to get nervous.
Maybe fastball up here. Didn't bite though. Sano, very, very good patience at the plate for a guy who's only 23 years old. He's second in the American League in walks with 28.
We heard about him 3 years ago. This kid was going to be a star. And they knew it. He just, you know, like anybody else, have growing pains. Be patient with him. And you know, when he puts the ball in place, you know, he's got a .438 batting average. That's the highest in Major League Baseball. So he's one of the best players so far in all of baseball.
And entering Friday, Twin slugger Sano led the major leagues with the highest percentage of hard hit batted balls, as 68% of his hits have left the bat at 95 miles per hour or faster.
Yep, he's making some solid contact when he does. Now, you've thrown him three breaking balls in a row up here. Now you got to be careful. He's a smart hitter. He'll figure that pitch out. So try to throw him something he hadn't seen yet.
Another slider. By the way, the guy in second place in hard hit balls, Miguel Cabrera. So Sano above Miggy. Dozier popped up. Mauer doubled. Now another 2-2 count between Junis and Sano. Oh, good pitch there. And he did not give in with the fastball. He stayed with that breaking ball and is able to get his first strikeout of a Twin today.
Exactly what you want to do now. See, the other ones were hittable. They were up and out over the plate, and he couldn't get a barrel on them. But then you put it down just a little lower, and he swung at it. That's an excellent job of executing your breaking ball. Nothing but fastballs and sliders. Defensively, there he is. Kansas City Royals Iron Man. Escobar. And the Royals' .992 team fielding percentage is the best in Major League Baseball. Just 12 errors, fewest in all of ball. Defense has been really good.
Now he must get Max Kepler with Mauer still at second base. Kepler got it on his hands. Alex comes quickly in and makes a fine running catch in left center field. And Jacob Junis with a shutout first inning. When we come back, we'll see the hottest Royal, Eric Hosmer. Minnesota, man, they have had doubleheader last Thursday because of bad weather. And here is a wow. Eric Hosmer, his bat just sawed in half, snapped, and he looked down at his hands and saying, "I got the handle, but where's the rest of the bat?"
That's a weird break.
Weird.
That is.
Watch this.
That's a strange break. And you know what? Even a stranger feeling in your hands when that happens. And it feels like that you just made contact with an 8-pound shot put. It's a weird feeling, especially when the top of the bat flies away.
Arcia in the driver's seat. All about Eric Hosmer, the Royals' first baseman. Last month, he has raised his average 114 points, and as you indicated so often, it's because he is going to the opposite field or up the middle.
And that's exactly the reason why he's hitting for high average. And if you look at the defense, Paul Molitor has his guys lined up exactly where they should be. Straight up here, here, and there, all over the place. He's playing him straight because that's how you play a guy who uses both fields, all of them. I mean, 3 fields.
And we saw some teams earlier this year shift 3 infielders in the right side for Eric and only 1 in the left. But the last month, he has really forced them to change their minds.
That's because he was trying to roll over and pull that whole first month of April. It's a painful month, but not anymore.
How about that? It's his 3rd hit of this series to left field.
So you notice how many pitches that our Royals are swinging at Hughes? That's because he's throwing strikes. He's a strike thrower. Be aggressive. He plays right into our hand. Haas has swung at almost every pitch. That's a high fastball. That's exactly what he loves.
So Hosmer on. The Royals have their first base runner. And Salvador Perez, who's been a monster against Minnesota in his past history, now steps to the plate. Sal be a .359 hitter with 11 home runs in this ballpark on the year. He is a .275 hitter.
And he's got 7 hits and 22 at bats off of Hughes in his career. Doesn't have him in his book yet, his home run book. Could happen now.
You got that right, because he blasts this one high and deep and gone, and the Royals take the early 2-0 lead.
That's right. Book him. Put him in that home run book. Nice start for the young Jake Junis. Give him a little cushion here. Haas got on with a base hit to the opposite field. And Salvi put Hughes in his book for the first time in his career. Beautiful, short, compact swing. Salvador's 9th on the season and 25th RBI. Look at that load. Watch it. Short, compact. We've seen it here at Target Field. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to show you the follow through too in a little bit. That follow through is really nice. Keeps both hands on the bat. Solid contact. Let it roll, boys. Ooh, yeah. And he knew it. Nothing better to get the back underside. Spin, backspin, fizz, man. And see that ball, it changes gears right over the pitcher's head. Is the first time a hitter can pick up the ball. And it just goes, and it just hits another gear and takes off.
He now has 14 home runs in his career against the Twins and 12 in this ballpark. Bonifacio pops it up right side. Kepler, 1 out. Something about Target Field that he loves, whether it's the batter's eye where the ball appears sharper to him, but a .360 hitter in his career in this yard. Here is Brandon Moss. Brandon's had success against Bill Hughes, 7 for 22, including a home run.
Yep, 5 ribbies. Eighth home run given up. Phil Hughes has given up 4 to each side of the plate.
Merrifield waiting his turn.
Seemed like it was just yesterday that Phil Hughes from Foothill High School in Santa Ana, California, was drafted by the Yankees in the first round. But he's already in his 10th year already.
Still just 29 years old. I remember reading about him throwing a perfect game against Laguna Hills High School, and he only needed 74 pitches. His first pitch was clocked at 95, and his last pitch was clocked at 95.
23rd overall pick in 04 by the Yankees. Didn't get that all.
To center field, Buxton drifting back. He'll make the catch, and 2 out.
You could sometimes tell by the sound of the crack of the bat. All right, Whitley Merrifield. Let's check out Whitley. Our Kubota Power Stats. 6-game hitting streak. Oh, he's 6-game hitting streak. Whit. Look at the touch on the bunt. He's been using the whole field too, staying inside the ball. But I can tell you the one thing that's impressive is his 4 home runs already this year. He only hit 2 at all last year. So maybe he can continue to stay hot. And the defense of the Twins playing him straight up. Slight pull on the infield. Has a tremendous bottom hand, and that tells me that he used the whole field with that. Just keeps his hands inside the baseball and directs the barrel towards right field. If you're a dominant top hand, you pull the ball. And he has a top hand release. A lot of guys like Salvi keeps both hands on the bat. There's 2 different ways. Maybe in a, you pick whatever is comfortable for you. I know for young players, it's a little bit harder to control the rest of your body when you have a top hand release, because it wants a tendency to swing you all the way around and corkscrew you in the ground. If you keep both hands on the bat, it's a little easier to control the body. Take your pick.
Good off-speed pitch there, and swung on and missed, so the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Witt 1 for 4 on Friday night with the run scored. He stays with the breaking ball, and Sky to center field. Buxton to his right will make the catch. The Royals jump in front on that man's 9th home run of the year, Salvador Perez.
Spot at the Bombardier. Spot at the Bombardier.
And back in the big leagues, Joe Goldberg here at Target Field. Long day and a lot of moves that have either been made or will be made by the Royals. We'll try to sum it up here to get Junis up to the big leagues. The Royals designated for assignment Albuquerque. After the game, Alex Gordon will go on paternity leave. He's going to head home for the birth of his daughter tomorrow. And so Raul Mondesi will be activated to take his place. To go along with that, the Royals need to activate Ian Kennedy so he could start game 2. Corresponding move to be made. We'll see what happens with that because they're still waiting on news regarding Nate Carnes. A little bit of fluid in the elbow. Ned Yost said on this and all those other moves, but he said that everybody's saying that this is not serious at all. I talked to Nate guys today. He said worst case scenario, it's a quick stint on the 10-day disabled list. He misses one start. But Nate summed it up by saying all good. He is not very concerned about this at all. So we'll have more on that later, but a lot of moves to come and a lot of baseball ahead.
Thank you, Joel. And here is Kenny Vargas, who tied up the game on Friday. And Escobar out, but cannot reach that high popper. And Kenny Vargas will have a single to lead off the second inning.
That was some outstanding investigative reporting there, Joel. Way to go. Way to fill us up with some news. And the doinker always works. Look at that one. Now Escobar, we've seen him make plays like this before. He's all pulled over there, just out of his reach. Checking out, seeing where everybody is. Locaine had no chance. That's perfect tweener in between them.
Jacob Junis with a good fastball when he keeps it down. He really commands it, gets a lot of double plays. When the Royals first called him up, Ned Yost called his son Ned, who is a hitting coach and third base coach for Colorado Springs, and asked how Colorado Springs did against the Omaha Storm Chasers, and he told him that this Jake Junis kid hit really well, gave up 2 runs in 6 1/3. Good poise, good fastball, and Ned said, okay, we're going to call him up.
Yeah, and plus he was scheduled to pitch yesterday anyway. I mean, so he's on his regular days, maybe an extra day, but after 26 pitches, the butterflies are gone. Now it's on. Just keep the ball down. By the looks of him, though, he's a fly ball pitcher.
He had 36 strikeouts and 29 1/3 innings down at AAA Omaha. Say when he first heard that he was called up when he was in relief, he was out to dinner with his wife Brianna. She got up, started crying, and gave her husband a hug. He hails from Rock Falls, Illinois.
It's pretty cool, Fizz. You know, you get one day in the major leagues, you're covered for insurance for the entire year. Your family.
Nice.
That's worth the tears, believe me.
And he has twins, Nelly and Jones.
Oh, sweet.
Kept that one down, but Rosario fouled it straight back. Rosario 0 for 2 on Friday. Just 5 hits in his last 30 times up. Fastball up. And he foul tipped it right into the glove of Salvador Perez, and there is strikeout number 2 for Jacob Junis.
6'2", 225 off the plate. That's a good location, good spot.
Now Junis to face the guy who had the game-winning sacrifice fly, and he goes to left field, and Gordon is back near the warning track to pull it down, and immediately looks to second base, and Vargas, who is almost there, has to jog back to first.
Yep, you don't want to hit it out in that direction unless you hit one like Mauer. Mauer's got it past Gordon. So happy for him. He's just having another baby. That's exciting time, huh, in his life.
Yeah, Max and Sam will have a sister.
I heard. Oh man, that's outstanding. Those boys are gonna love on her, and I bet she'll rule the roost. Believe it.
Yeah, best of luck to Jamie as well, who's back home in Kansas City waiting her husband. The ball hit sharply, but Hosmer has it. He'll come back to the bag and record the out. And Jacob Junis with 2 shutout innings. The Royals have a 2-0 lead. We'll see Gordo when we come back. Major League start. 2 shutout. The Royals have a 2-0 lead.
Heart rate looks low. That's good.
Yeah, it is. And here is Alex Gordon. Gordon 1 for 4 on Friday. He has hit in his last 3, still trying to get that batting average up over 200.
He knows what to do, but making that adjustment is a little bit easier. There you go. First ball.
There's a base hit, so he's hit in 4 straight games.
There you go. Remember, first balls, fastballs, Phil Hughes is giving up a nice big average of 632. Sano playing even with the bag. Escobar can bunt. He's got 4 sacks on the year. Sacrifices. And that throw over to first base is to see whether the dugout can see if Escobar is squaring around or not. That's kind of a little trick that the pitchers do to see if the hitter will tip his hand whether he's bunting or not.
Because he's a pitch and contact guy, you could go with a hit and run as well.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, you can also play games back to them if you're a hitter. If you're not bunting, you can square around and act like you are. Then that'll buy you a fastball to hit.
Royals usually hit and run on with 1 out rather than nobody out.
Yeah.
Right now, Mauer holding Gordon at first base, and Dozier's the cover man at second.
Escobar can handle this young man.
He does bunt, but bunts foul. Bunt for a hit. Both the Royal rainouts this year have been against Minnesota. 1 at home, and then 1 yesterday. Was a miserable afternoon here in Minneapolis. Rained all day long.
Not to mention how cool it was.
Yeah.
Oof. Chilly.
And the Twins still have to make up 3 day-night doubleheaders because of all the bad weather they've experienced here in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, you know, Royals opened up here, and the weather wasn't as cold as it is now. Back in April 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, we were here. Hughes is a fly ball pitcher. He's only induced 1 double play this year. Hey, Escobar took a call third his first time up. He didn't want to do it again here. Anything close, see if he can put it in play. Don't let him call you out. Moose on deck. And a guy as hot as he is, with a home run ball, do all you can to get on base for him.
Ooh, awfully close there too. Instead, it's a full count, 3-2.
Hughes is telling himself, you know, Escobar's an aggressive hitter. I can't believe he hadn't swung at one of those yet. Now I got to come down the middle on him.
Well, the Royals send Gordon.
Yeah, you have to send him here. He can get a good jump on Hughes. He's been measuring him up over there.
He does go, and the pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second base is in plenty of time, and it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Escobar, typically a contact hitter, you feel comfortable if you're Ned Yost putting that, you know, letting the runner go like that. He's not thinking Escobar's going to strike out, but he did.
Well, Mike Moustakas on a historic pace. He's on pace to hit 40 home runs, which would eclipse the mark struck by Steve Balboni when he hit 36, and that is still a franchise best. And our Academy leaderboard shows you the Royals with the most home runs through the first 41 games. Jermaine Dye and John Mayberry at the top with 13, but one notable absence is Balboni himself.
Bonesy must have went on a tear.
You bet. Second half.
It's not not how you start, it's how you finish. I played with Steve Balboni in A-ball in the Florida State League, and he hit 36 home runs for the Fort Lauderdale Yankees. It was a record then. I don't know what the record is now.
Big man.
Those are big ballparks. Those are all major league ballparks down there where they train in spring training. And balls, it's really humid. Hot in the summer there, hard to hit them.
That's down the right field line into the corner, but foul. Steve Balboni had 22 of his 36 home runs after the All-Star break in his record-setting season.
Still good to see Bonesy. That's his nickname. We call him Bonesy. You know, he's a scout for the San Francisco Giants, and every once in a while we'll see him at a ballpark. It's just great to see him. Big guy. Big smile.
Three and two. Royals at 17 and 24 trailed the Twins by 5.5 games in the Central. Lorenzo Cain waiting his turn, hoping Moose can get on. Boy, he whistled that one foul.
He's looking to jump him. There's no doubt about it. Any little mistake. Three and two is usually a fastball situation. See what Castro puts down. Breaking ball.
Like barely got a piece of it. Fouled it off.
Yeah, it looked like it got a little piece of Bill Miller. His finger too. Home plate umpire.
He's the crew chief.
That hurts on a day like today, especially as cold as it is. And it hurts any time, but you know, but when it's cold, you know, the end of the fingers are numb.
He'll throw that cut fastball about 15 to 20% of the time.
He's been sweeping the breaker though in a fastball situation.
Now he comes in on Moose and walks him with 2 out. So we will see Lorenzo Cain here in the 3rd inning. First walk by Phil Hughes, who doesn't walk many. As a matter of fact, in 2014 he had his best season, went 16 and 10, career high 209 2/3 innings. But what was so impressive, he had the best strikeout to walk ratio in the history of Major League Baseball. Only 16 walks versus 186 strikeouts. By far his best season in the majors.
Now that's good. You know, you throw strikes like that, you're going to get early countouts usually, because hitters love a guy who doesn't walk anybody. That eliminates the thinking. You're up there to hit, and so you're going to try to put the ball in play. You know, you're a macho man. You're thinking I can beat him. To use that defense, he gets you.
Ooh. His fastball was a little quicker back then, about 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, and that's a lot. So when you're a guy like Hughes now and you're pitching later in your career, you have to be a little finer with the location.
He's already thrown 50 pitches to get 8 outs. Good swing by Cain. He's had a tough time finishing Royals off with 2 strikes. Foul ball.
Good practice.
Yeah, Lorenzo was running down the line, but never let go of his bat. He kind of figured that was going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, no, it's trying to save it if you can. But Snow made a nice play. You know, interesting last season how the Twins started him in right field, a position he's not comfortable with. And
that's because they still had Trevor Plouffe.
Right.
So they wanted a spot for Sano, but he was not good at all in the outfield.
And that affected his bat as well.
In there, strike 3 call. 2 strikeouts in the inning. One resulted in a double play. The other ended the inning. We'll see Jacob Junis, 3rd inning, when we come back.
How about the big story from last night? Been telling you that Texas had won 10 in a row, but then 1, 2, 3. There's Nick. Actually now Nicholas Castellanos making it 4 homers yesterday. AJ Griffin serving it up, and he can only stare. Dave Holtzman loves that. Holtzy loves it, Fizz, because AJ Griffin went to his rival high school, and all these years later, Holtzy's still bitter. You can't, you can't like your rival.
No, get over it.
Struck out Holtzy 4 times.
A rival's a rival. Hud loves everybody. You love your high school rival, Hud?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Shawnee Mission South, that was North's high school rival.
Yeah, and you know that
I liked him though.
All those home runs were to the opposite field too. No wonder Griffin had that look on him.
That's a good hit. Here's Byron Buxton. We believe he will be a future star for the Twins. 23 years old, out of Georgia, former first overall pick.
Had the right idea to push that ball over there. You know, you'd think Buxton would bunt more with his great speed.
Nice breaking ball right in there.
Lots of times, if you develop that bunting skill at an early age and you happen to make it to the majors, then it's a weapon for you. You're comfortable using it. Junis hadn't thrown a changeup yet. Fastball, breaking ball.
Yeah, he'll mainly throw that changeup to left-handed batters, but
2 mile-an-hour difference between his slider and curve. That's how you can tell. Can hardly tell by the break. Ooh.
Whoa! That almost got the Durham Bull.
It's a little high and tight. Those fans were. That was a wake-up call for them.
Remember when Crash Davis said that? Hit the bull. Strike 3 called inside corner.
Yep, and now,
you know, sometimes moments like that can help you out.
Yeah, you know it definitely could. That little breaker froze him, and he got to go.
Looking for a royal value? Try Family Fun Day Sundays at the Cape, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Before the game, enjoy face painters and kids activities out the outfield experience, plus player autographs at Signature Sundays on top of the dugout. Dozier pops it up. Whit Merrifield will make the catch. And by the way, after the game on Family Fun Day Sundays, kids 14 and under can round the bases on the field like a big leaguer in the Kansas City Zoo Fun Run. Get your tickets at Royals.com/Sunday.
And that's worth it too, believe me. To run the bases like Locaine, beautiful thing.
It's been many years since you could run the bases like Locaine.
Better believe that has been, but you know, I still dream about it.
Yep. Here's Mauer, who doubled with 1 out, left stranded in the first. The Royals power came from Salvador Perez, home run in the second. Fastball in there at 92. Mauer now with the 9-game hit streak, 11 hits in those 9 games, including this one. Another good breaking ball that rests on the outside corner. And Rex, you just get the feeling as this game progressed, he looks more and more comfortable.
He just looked good from the very first pitch, Fizz, but you're right. After the first inning was done, he says, all right, it's my game. Guy's got him 2 runs. We got a man there.
Merrifield throws out Joe, and that's the first 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Junis. When we come back, Hosmer will lead it off. Then the power of Perez.
Give him some mo.
Lead on a single by Hosmer and a home run by Perez, and that duo will lead off this 4th inning. Eric lined a single to left field, and he pulls one foul, strike 1.
You go to left field, you got that average over 300. You keep going to the opposite field like he has been. He'll recognize that pitch that he can hit, that he can pull for a homer. That's what happens.
Is it sharply to left field again? His 4th hit of this series to the opposite field. How about deja vu all over again? Our Dodge drive of the game, back in the 2nd.
Oh my, little slider, breaker, curve, breaking ball, whatever you want to call it. It ended up hit at 106 mile an hour exit speed. Apex 72, in case you're wanting to know. Distance went a long way. 422, 377 in the alley and left center field. That's all you got to hit it, get it over the wall. But nowadays, the glamour of how far you hit the homer is what everybody talks about. How far did that one go?
Yep.
What was the hit speed? What was the launch angle? Love the new metrics.
How about the spin rate?
Yes. Oh, I missed it. That might bring rain down.
Boy, it was a high, towering fly ball, and finally brought down by Eddie Rosario in left. Do you have weekend plans? Take the Royals games with you with Fox Sports Go. You can stream all the games this weekend live on your phone. Download the free Fox Sports Go app and stream the Royals wherever you go.
Little conversation going on there. Haas is saying, well, we're going to New York. Where are you guys going? Well, we're going to Baltimore. All right.
And because they're both heading out on the road, was a big reason we have a traditional doubleheader.
But you tell the fans that all paid for one game to get a double game. That's a beautiful thing. That's old school too. Fans used to pay for one game and get two. What made doubleheaders so popular on Sundays? They played them a lot more frequently.
Yeah, the Minnesota Twins had a conversation because the first team, and they said it was just a discussion. And then they called the Royals player rep, Alex Gordon, and he gave immediate approval to play the traditional doubleheader, 30 minutes in between games.
And then he said, oh, by the way, can I take a 3-day bereavement leave? No, not bereavement. My bad. So, sorry, that was the wrong word.
Everybody's fine in the Gordon family.
Yeah, no,
he's having a baby.
I used the wrong word,
Yes.
which frequently happens. Paternity.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
How about Bonifacio? Bonifacio with a home run on Friday. And he barely took a stride on that home run and just waited for the ball and just bam. Boy, the hitting coaches, Dale Swaim and Brian Buchanan, really like this kid.
He'll use the whole field.
Hits it pretty well. Left center field. Buxton racing back, and Bonifacio has done it again. 4-0 Kansas City.
Stays inside the ball extremely well. Not a lot of moving parts. He's quiet up there. All those things that a hitting coach tells you is good. And he left a cookie center cut right there in the middle. And that one-hand takeoff, he gets full extended. As you can see the head position right there. Look at it. He even has his mouth open there. I like that. He says, I'm hungry for a cookie. And he got a nice one. And when you get the backspin, you know what happens. Ball carries out.
You know, I just wasn't sure if it would leave the yard because it's 4-11, so he hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, and then it took off into that Royals bullpen.
I saw center fielder Buxton put the brakes on and before he ran out.
And now Moss with a smash to right, and that's going to hit the top of the wall and go out for a home run. Immediately called by first base umpire Ryan Additon. 5-0 Royals.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think the Royals, they looked at that first pitch average that Hughes has given up this year at 632, and they've been pounding that first pitch. They are looking to turn and burn. Moss gets his seventh. Another center cut. That's topspin. He's so powerful, he's strong, and, you know, you have to get some kind of elevation on there, and he barely just got enough. Look at the dugout. Merrifield.
Foul ball. Back-to-back home runs by Bonifacio and Moss. And there are the ground rules here at Target Field. A ball striking the limestone wall and carrying back onto the field is in play. But the ball striking the limestone wall and entering stands is 2 bases. But when it strikes the top of the limestone wall in right, it's a home run. And that's Moss's 7th home run this year. Brandon coming around. He has 6 hits, including 4 extra base hits on that homestand. Didn't play on Friday. 5 hits and 4 extra base if you include today along with that homestand. Witt to right. Kepler there. He'll make the catch for out number 2.
Hughes isn't fooling anybody. Royals are getting some solid contact on him.
Brandon, I was talking during Mother's Day last Sunday. I was talking about his mom Tanya and what a great job she did raising him. I said, was she an athlete? And he said, not really. She was all about love. And if you meet Brandon Moss, man, he is some kind of special. He loves to talk, loves to pick people up. Adam Wilk is starting to warm in the Minnesota Twins bullpen. He was a guy they picked up recently from the New York Mets, made an emergency start when Matt Harvey could not go. Hughes' worst start of the year was against Cleveland back on April 18th. Gave up 4 runs, earned 6 total in 3 1/3 innings. Royals big innings, the 2nd and now the 4th. 2-run home run by Perez, and then 2 home runs in this inning. And Gordon will work the walk. So he's on for the 2nd time. 2nd walk by Phil Hughes. And Paul Molitor talking to Neil Allen, saying make sure that Wilk is ready because we may need a pitcher soon.
Well, you know, the problem he's going to have now, if he's checking it out. He's saying, all right, I got a doubleheader. I got 2 games today, and I got to, I'm going to try to leave him in as long as I possibly can. So
you can bring up a 26, so that always helps.
In the 2nd game.
Yes.
But, you know, you go through a bunch of guys, then you're in trouble. Delete the pin. Hopefully they can get him out of there. And don't give up, by the way, either. Keep the pedal to the metal. Score as many runs as you can.
Yeah, the Royals were only 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They had that bigger lead on Friday. Maybe they hold on to that win. Escobar fouls it off. He's down in the count 0-2. Try to come inside on Escobar. Yeah, you can tell Phil frustrated right now. 75 pitches and not even 4 innings.
Royals are making him expend some pitches. Moose, on his walk he had in the 3rd inning, he saw 9 pitches.
There are those games when you don't have it, your command, your best stuff. Somehow you've got to grind it out.
You get Moose to the plate here. Molly may not let Hughes face Moose, so Esky can get on.
Inside corner, strike 3 called, and Escobar has struck out all 3 times today.
Oh, Bonifacio, beautiful bomb. Moss with a top spinner. Oh, the home run ball's pretty today.
Going further so you can. And by Panera Bread. Panera caters for every group, every size, every meal. Here at Target Field, Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg. The Royals with a 5-0 lead. Bonifacio has gone deep in both games against Minnesota. And the Royals will now have to face an old nemesis, but he's leading off. Nobody on. Miguel Sano. Jacob Junis throws ball 1.
Timely, that run support for Junis.
Look at that number. Those numbers against Kansas City. Whew. Boy, he really tried to yank that curveball and miss it. It's a 1-1 count. So our sprint trivia question is, which Minnesota Twin has the highest single season batting average versus the Royals all time?
Ooh, well, that question there, you've got to look at some of their Hall of Fame players, some of their guys that were really good.
How about
a long time ago?
Remember that drink RC Cola? I'm going to go with those initials.
Really?
Yeah, RC.
What about Tony Oliva?
Tony's here today.
Harmon Killebrew.
Well, Killer was more of a power hitter than he was an average guy, but Tony Oliva, yeah, he had a high batting average.
That guy that you're talking about was my hitting coach for 3 years, I think.
Tony?
No. The initials you gave.
Oh, yeah, he was.
There's Tony.
There's Tony Oliva. Number 6. That was my little league number for Forrest Lumberteria in Merriam, Kansas.
Seriously.
I even had a Tony Oliva glove.
He's doing their Spanish radio.
He's great. Had he not hurt his knee, we're talking Roberto Clemente, right fielder in the American League.
Yeah. Great guy, too. Fun to talk hitting with. He's got a wealth of stories.
And there is ball 4. Jacob Junis with his first walk of the day.
If you're going to walk a guy, that's not a bad guy to walk.
Well, how about a double play? Every time the Royals turn a double play, the next day McDouble sandwiches are $1 at McDonald's all this season, all this Royals season long. Yeah, Merrifield and Escobar, pretty good combination. But as you said, Junis more of a fly ball pitcher. And then he throws a wild pitch, and that would take the traditional double play away. Very fine player coming out of Rock Falls, Illinois High School, but a lot of teams were worried that he would sign with North Carolina State, so they backed off, and the Royals drafted Jake up in the 29th round.
Got some pretty good signing bonus money.
Yeah, $675,000.
Yeah, when you have bargaining power, that's the best thing. That's how you can get the money up.
He was both a third baseman and a pitcher in high school. Base hit right field. Will hold Sano at third, so at first and third with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Missouri Lottery Fox Tracks will show you that pitch was center cut right up top of the zone.
Kenny Vargas singled his first time up. It's a good guy to keep that ball down to. Gonna miss down. Right there, perfectly located breaking ball.
Might have been a changeup first time I've seen a changeup. Good spot though. That's what gets the guy out front. Hits the top of the ball.
Royals would give up a run to get 2 outs right here.
Any day with this score.
And they worked him up the ladder at 92. Vargas doesn't have the patience of a Sano. 2 young hitters in their lineup.
Got to keep the ball down here. out of the zone. Maybe he swings at it.
But look at Salvi. He wants it up.
Okay, well they got a spot there. They feel like they got him on, but I'm hoping he can give up that little ground ball double play.
He was recalled from the minor leagues on April 23rd. Last year, between AAA and the majors, hit 25 home runs. Runner goes, pitch is swung on, and it is hit to Escobar. They're going to get the double play, and obviously Sano cannot score. Well, that's the chance you take.
How about that? They'll take two any way they can get it. Little jam sandwich on a Sunday afternoon right there. Didn't break his bat, but right to Esky. Easy double play. Jay Junis could be going good.
And you know, Hud, it reminds me of Jacob Junis' major league debut as a relief pitcher. And it was at Kauffman Stadium. And Jacob was in trouble. You could tell he had the nerves like any young pitcher does. But Eric Hosmer, I thought, bailed him out with a beautiful 3-2-3 double play. There's Rosario going to left field, but foul.
Yeah, he did.
I thought that really picked up the kid. You know, Haas could have gone and just taken the out because. Oh, here's the play.
Well, look how far back Haas is too. This will just tell you about his arm. Yeah, flat-footed. He didn't even take a crow hop. That was nice.
But that's one of the things you really admire about Eric. He's always thinking about teammates. He wanted to pick up the kid. Rosario fouls it off. And Eric, one of the real leaders in our organization. Well, Rosario is a guy you can strike out. Junis struck him out back in the second inning. He has him down 0-2. High fastball. Well, his ability to locate above the belt, impressive.
Yeah, now he's got some 3 homers. You can see there, but look.
All 3 of them at home.
Pitch to the middle of the field here, 4-11 center field. You got Locane out there.
Tried to get him to chase the breaking ball. It's 1-2.
Before that pitch there, 49 of those pitches, fastballs. 41-60 now.
Souvenir for some young fans here at Target Field. Well, he's thrown him all of his pitches.
He's got a little downward action to his changeup. He's only thrown a few. Kind of has similar to his slider. Slider has a little bit more angle.
Fastball up. Now we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sano walked to lead off the inning. Kepler singled him to third base. And a pop up into a double play. And Jacob trying to get out of the inning without allowing a run. He just asked the umpire, what's the count? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him. Great pitch. And Jacob Junis gets out of a first and third nobody out jam. It's 5-0 Kansas City going to the 5th.
Jake looks great.
control in his first ever big league start. Our Panera Game Break takes us to Citi Field in New York. That would be Mike Trout. We told you on Price Chopper Royals Live that 4 years ago today, he hit for the cycle. Cycle probably won't happen today because it's later in the game, but Mike Trout already with a double and a home run in this one. Speaking of home runs, the Royals have had their share today.
Yeah, with 3, and the Mets were considering walking Mike Trout yesterday with the bases loaded. They did not. Here is Adam Wilk, who was with the New York Mets and now with the Minnesota Twins. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen after Phil Hughes went 4 and gave up 5. And here is Mike Moustakas to lead off the 5th. Adam Wilk, a lefty. He'll face Moose, a lefty, Kane, a righty, and Hosmer, a lefty.
Adam Wilk, 6'2", 175. Nice breaker. See that curve? Slider, slurvy breaking ball is going to feature that to lefties. He likes to sink and cut his fastball, 88 to 91. Change up to righties.
He goes back-to-back breaking balls to Moustakas. 1 for a strike. Now this one. Check swing. 2-1 count. Wilk out of Anaheim, California, went to Long Beach State. He has a career major league record of 0-4 with a 7.02 ERA, claimed off waivers from the Mets on May 10th. And Mike with the ground ball, snared by Mauer. Wilk covering, 1 down. Hey, parents, sign your kids up for Slugger's Blue Crew to get your little ones ready for the baseball season. This year's membership includes a Blue Crew jersey, flat bill cap, special edition earbuds, Royals eye black, 2 home game ticket vouchers, and much more. Membership is just $30. Join now by visiting Royals.com/Blue Crew. 5-0 KC. Lorenzo Cain fouls it off. Strike 1. Right-hander's hitting .400 in his short time in the big leagues. He is yet to pitch in a game for the Twins where he has not allowed a run. Off-speed pitch there, and Cain way out in front.
Yep. That's his changeup there. That's what he's going to use as equalizer to righties. Might double up with it. Here it comes again.
Now a 2-2 count to Cain. Quick worker. Lorenzo was teased by that breaking ball, but did not bite. Lorenzo works a 1-out walk. So he got the lefty Moustakas, walks the righty and Cain, and now will face Hosmer, who now has 29 hits in this month of May. And Cain among the league leaders. It's our Toyota league leaders, with Gerard Dyson, former teammate of the Mariners, with 12, and Cain 11 for 11.
Well, one of the reasons he's getting on base, that was his 21st walk of the season. That leads the Royals in that category.
And they've got him picked off, and the throw a wide one, and Kane is successful with his 12th stolen base.
That's why when you go on first movement, you continue to go and don't stop and get in a rundown. Keep going, because you never know. He's got to make a good throw. And, you know, the first baseman lots of times got to rush that throw. They try to be too fine. And you end up ripping off another bag.
And Mauer, a former catcher, usually really right on the money with his throws. It was a terrible throw off to the center field.
Take it. It's 12th bag. Now Haas has a chance to knock in another run.
Eric 2 for 2. And he goes after a big breaking ball, swings and misses, strike one. You see the numbers when he goes opposite field or up the middle, but when he pulls the baseball, just a 200 average. Both of his hits today to the opposite field.
The way they throw those breaking balls now into today's game to keep those hitters off of that fastball, man, you try to pull that pitch, you're going to hit a ground ball to the right side, and somebody's going to be there, just like that.
Mauer gives it to Will. Kane will make it a third in the play, but 2 out. So the 2 lefties have hit the ball to Joe Mauer. The righties have hurt him, including this guy, Salvador Perez, with a 2-run home run back in the second inning. He flied out. I mean, it was one of the highest fly balls we've seen struck this year. Rosario had to wait forever to make the catch. Breaking balls to lefties and change-ups to righties.
Salvador Perez has hit his 9th home run earlier in his first at-bat. Has yet to homer off a left-hander.
Sano throws him out. Wilt with a shutout 5th inning. To the bottom of the 5th we go. It's the Royals 5 and the Minnesota Twins nothing.
His first big league start. He has not disappointed. If Jake don't make a mistake, they can't rake. Look at him. He's hitting his spots. He's got them all over everywhere but in the center. He'll even take that nice little 6-3 double play, keeping the ball off the dish. Go ahead.
Perhaps
Continue.
with Lorenzo Cain, he can have some cake.
That's right.
Did you think of that up all last night?
Oh, Joe Goldberg helps me with everything. Kidding me?
Well, Jacob Junis with 4 shutout innings, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. The kid the Royals drafted in the 29th round in 2011, but actually he would have been picked higher, but a lot of scouts thought he wanted to go to school, and he had a college after him in North Carolina State. He said it was the hardest decision of his life. And his agent, Sam Samardzija, the brother of Jeff Samardzija, pitcher for the San Francisco Giants now. Jorge Polanco takes inside. Polanco flied out to left field his first time up. It's a rare 3-1 count for Junis in this game. His command has been very sharp. Tempo good. Working quickly. Salvi just set that target right down the middle. Salvi target right down the middle again, and Polanco fouls it off. Boy, it's got to help to have a guy who's won Gold Gloves, who's a great veteran, leader in the clubhouse, a guy who does such terrific work preparing for the game, and Salvador Perez giving you confidence. Pulled to the right side with Merrifield, and there's 1 out. Salvi immediately pointed out to Jake Junis, pumping up his teammates. Our University of Kansas injury report: Dallas Keuchel placed on the 10-day disabled list yesterday, pinched nerve in his neck, and he has been fantastic for the Astros. 7-0 record with a 1.84 earned run average. And his catcher Brian McCann went on the 7-day concussion disabled list.
He's got a lot of nerve.
Oh man.
Joe, I've spent too much time with Joe. With Goldie.
Other injuries: Albert Pujols out with that hamstring. Gary Sanchez is fine after he took a foul ball off of his finger the other day.
10-day.
So we'll see Sanchez when we go to New York after this one.
Yeah, that 10-day DL is working out good for
I like
teams. Yeah.
Ian Kennedy's going to start, come off the disabled list.
Yeah, and Keuchel, he'll only miss 1 start, they think.
How about Salvi? 3-1 count. Hey, we've got a 5-0 lead. He had the target right down the middle. Guy hit the ball hard right at second baseman Whit Merrifield.
Yeah, look at that. Sitting here. It's challenging. He's got a lot of confidence.
Salvi likely the DH in game 2 with the left-hander Mejia going, and Drew Butera, who is a very good backup, likely to get the start. Let's go with the breaking ball. Just off the plate. Salvi tried to help him out, framing it nicely. Castro, one of their most patient hitters. He has walked 15 times this year, and he had a career high 4 walks against the Royals back on April 5th. That was the series. He walked 6 times. Ball 4, only the 2nd walk for Junis. Our sprint trivia question, and with the answer, which Minnesota Twin has the highest single season batting average versus the Royals all time? My guess was Rod Carew, and 529 in 1970. I actually thought it was the season he hit 388.
Wow.
But it was 1970, a guy, and you know, back then they were playing him a lot, playing him like 18, 19 times.
Couldn't get him out. Didn't know how to. They didn't have advanced metrics like they have now.
Ken Singleton, who we'll see in New York, he said when he first came up and he grew up in New York City, he said, I remember seeing this guy in the backfields at Yankee Stadium. You know, we were all like 13, 14 years old. Skinny little guy, but man, he could hit line drives. And he goes, the next thing I knew, I saw him in the minor leagues with the Minnesota Twins, and that was Rod Carew.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame. Recently had a heart transplant.
Great guy. He was your hitting instructor with the Angels.
Doing well.
Buxton will be hard to double, but Junis again does not throw that many groundouts. He has induced just 4 groundouts in the game. Trying to sneak that breaking ball on the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to number 9 hitter Byron Buxton, who struck out looking his first time up.
You know, they're just hoping that Buxton can become a on-base machine, you know, and hit some line drives. He's got off to a very slow start offensively. And against the Royals this year, he hasn't done anything. He's hit 091, just 2 for 22.
He had that great September last year, and they thought, okay, we've got our number 3 hitter. And that's where he started out on the season. Breaking ball low, 3-2.
But you know, his defense has been
fantastic.
Yeah, it's +6 defensive run save. It's tied for 3rd best among Major League outfielders. So he's getting the job done out there.
He hit 9 home runs the last 5 weeks of the season. September and then that first week of October last year. Tried to tease him, and it's low. Ball 4, so 2 on, 1 out.
I'm sure Dave Island's going to get some action up now in that bullpen.
85 pitches by Jacob.
Saw him go to the phone.
Yeah, you can't be walking the 8-9 guys in front of a guy like Dozier, who has blasted as many as 42 home runs in a season. He did that last year. Junis has had just 1 clean 1-2-3 inning. That was the 3rd. Got out of a difficult jam in the 4th. Runners 1st and 3rd, but got a pop up into a double play and a strikeout. There's strike 1 to Dozier. Dozier's popped up twice, once to center, once to second. Not as strong against the Royals this year as he was last year when he blasted 11 of his 42 home runs against Kansas City. And he tried to pull that one foul.
That would have worked. It had stayed fair.
I mean, Dozier, a notorious pull hitter. Where do you want to work him if you're Junis?
Breaking balls down the way, and he'll do the same thing like he just did that last swing. Pull it over, roll it over, get it on the ground. Breaking balls away. Don't miss out over.
And he goes to the opposite field and drops a single to right. Coming around is Castro. He will score, and racing to 3rd is Buxton. And it's a 5-1 game.
Well, obviously he decided he would shorten up his swing and just try to put it in play and get a rhythm. That's what he did. Very good, short, compact, abbreviated swing. Did the job. 14th RBI for Dozier.
Dave Island finished with his conversation. Left-hander Mike Minor warming up in the Kansas City pen. Wonder if Dozier might be breaking here. So he's been a good base stealer.
You know, you really wouldn't. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Try to stay out of that double play, keep the inning alive. But Balder usually makes some contact. Put the ball in play. Mix in a changeup here to get him out front. And pull one to Merrifield.
Shallow left. Escobar wants it. Escobar takes it. Buxton will not go.
He's out if he did go. That's a nice little pop up there for Junis.
Now the biggest moment of the game for Jacob, facing the slugger Miguel Sano. Miguel struck out his first time, walked his last plate appearance. Buxton still at third base. Dozier at first with 2 out now.
Most pitches Junis has had in one game so far this year in AAA was 104. So if he can get an early count out here, they might be able to work him another inning.
Strike one. First pitch breaking ball over. And then it's hit up the middle. Merrifield dropped the ball. A run will score.
Oh man, he had it. Excellent try there. That ball had some spin and it just spun out of his webbing.
So both walks have scored in this 5th inning.
Too bad. I thought it had a clean breakthrough, but you could see it was coming back to Merrifield. Thought he had it, and just couldn't hang on.
So Ned Yost is going to the bullpen. Jacob Junis can't get the win. It's Mike Minor when we come back. The 5th inning, 2 out, 2 on. Fans would you like to get your hands on memorabilia from our Salute to the Negro Leagues game? You can still bid on the game used in autographed jerseys and hats worn by both teams. All proceeds benefit the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Visit Royals.com/NLBM. Mike Minor coming out of the bullpen because Ned Yost wanted the lefty-lefty matchup. He is our Chevy call to the bullpen, and he has pitched very well this year in his first year as a reliever.
Got to put it into this inning here. Give him any more.
Well, walks to the 8-9 batters always come back and haunt you.
Yep. Minor, good fastball, low to mid-90s, slider, changeup. See if the pen can hold on to this one. Game 1 here.
Minor falling behind, 2-0. You got Dozier, good speed at second base. Sano, below average speed at first base. Popped up. Salvi will have a look, but it's back into the seats in a 2-1 count. Mike recorded his 7th straight scoreless outing on Friday, working around a 2-out walk with Buxton in the 7th. Very strong. Take a look at his last 11 appearances since April 20th. He's posted a .053 earned run average, 1 earned run in 17 innings. Keep it up, Mike. 3-1.
He's got to get in there. Vargas on deck, another power guy.
Kepler takes it outside, and now the bases are loaded in the 5th inning. 3 walks in the inning. 2 have scored.
Just off.
So now Vargas tied the game in the 9th inning on Friday. Steps to the plate with the bases loaded. The switch hitter batting from the right side. Popped him up. Hosmer wants it. Shallow right field. Haas takes it. 2 score for Minnesota. The Royals still lead by 3 as we head to the 6th.
Harper. How about the red-hot Corey Dickerson? Continuing last night what has been a hot streak. 2 homers against the Yankees, 5 in his last 4. You guys will remember that it was in Tampa when Jake Junis got his first big league win. Intentional walk of Corey Dickerson, and then 2 strikeouts with the potential game-winning run on second base. And then Jake got that win. He won't get the win today, but boy, Hud, he certainly was good.
Yeah, he was, Joel. He opened up some eyes by those early innings, shutting those guys down to those 2 walks led off this inning. But he certainly earned himself another start if they need him.
Well, the 6th inning is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Evelyn Sauer from Kansas City, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Evelyn, you get $500. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Evelyn will win $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals.
He wanted that change up there. He's saying, man, where do I need to put it? Good take by Bonifacio. He's looking for something better. 3-0. Go ahead. Swing it.
Takes a strike at 89 miles an hour.
Thought it was a ball. He's taking his gear off there. His little pad, shin pad. Do it again.
Full count, 3-2. Bonifacio, fly ball center field, long run Buxton, and he gets there, makes a terrific catch.
Any type of speed like he has makes up for a mistake. Watch him at the top of your screen. Steps back because Bonifacio hit a home run. He thought the ball was over his head, but you know, when you make a mistake and you move back like that, that speed will make up for it. See, he's checking out the infielders with his eyes as he's on the run, and he makes those plays in his sleep. He's had so many highlight reel catches already this year, and it's worth keeping him in the game.
And then he just checked the scouting report. How do I play Brandon Moss?
It's interesting how, you know, you see little scouting reports like that certain guys have in their back pocket. You know, you can tell during the course of an at-bat how the pitcher and hitter are going, and you can move accordingly. So you don't necessarily even need that. It's all in game.
And there was a good story in the Minneapolis newspaper today about the advanced stats that they have. And in the old days, Jason Castro was the protagonist of the story, where he was talking about in the old days they'd say something like, you know, that guy's a good fastball hitter, this guy likes to swing at the first pitch, the cleanup hitter grounded out on a changeup last night, so maybe try that again. But now they have these advanced stats, all these boards and
numbers.
Geez, it's interesting.
The guy hits certain situations, what he's looking for. Yeah, it's a little bit more elaborate nowadays. Protagonist? It's a pretty good word. You are a wordologist.
It's the good guy. You know, like in a movie, the good guy. It's John Wayne. He's the protagonist.
Thank you.
I knew your mom would let you stay up late to watch John Wayne movies.
Yeah. Gene Autry was her hero, though. Cowboy.
Pretty good hero. 3-2 to Moss, and he cracks that one back up the middle for a base hit. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Now it's time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. LeMahieu today at the Reds, 4 for 4. Yan Gomes 2 for 2 with a home run and 5 RBIs for Cleveland. Chris Bryant 2 for 2 with a home run. He was the National League MVP last year. Cleveland Started the day a half game back of Minnesota, did the Indians. Here's Merrifield, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and to right. He's hit in his last 6 games.
Saw Whitley out at dinner last night. I said, "Hey Whitley, who they starting tomorrow?" He says, "I don't know, and I don't care. I'll get him. I'll just get him. I'll just show up and get him." He had an idea who was pitching, but really, that's what you do. You show up to the ballpark every day, especially when you know you're going to play. He's hot. He's got a nice little hitting streak going. It really don't matter who throws. You're going to hit him. That's confidence. That's what you want.
Orioles still trying to find their groove. Had a good homestand, going 4 and 2.
And with a double header today, the game got called by noon yesterday, so they all knew that they had 2 games in one, so had plenty of time to get their rest and show up ready to go to get a win. We talked about Junis not qualifying for this win. It don't matter who gets it. The Royals need a win. You can't sweep a doubleheader unless you win the first one. That's some breaking news for Joel.
Oh, that's terrible. 4, 6, and not in time. Hustling down that line.
Now see, he's leaning out there already, so he gets a head start. Look at him keeping his head down. He's just trying to get to first base, and he did. Good hustle. Way to keep the hitting alive with Gordo. Gordo, they say he's leaving after this game to go home.
Yep.
Why not go home with a home run here? First of the year, he's due. Come on.
With a baby girl.
That's right.
Will be born tomorrow. Foul.
Nice play. Good concentration. Cold day. Stayed down well on that. Hands out front. That's fundamentally correct, Fizz. Give that kid a contract.
Wilk has an interesting preparation where he'll lift his leg once. Obviously, it's not a balk until he comes set. Watch this, Hud. Lifts his leg twice. Once to get set, and then once to throw.
Interesting. Just another little distraction device that a pitcher can use. I've never seen anything like that before. Of course, in Japan, they had all kinds of gyrations in their motion, and they were wind-ups, man. So that's not much compared to what they did.
Merrifield trying to read the move. That time he was going back to first base. This is the 9th year in pro ball for Adam Wilk. He's had a little bit of time in the big leagues with the Tigers, with the Angels, with the Mets, now the Twins. Ball gets away, and Merrifield will take second base. So now a single makes it 6-2. Wild pitch will be charged to Wilk. Favorable count for Gordon. Strike. Alex Stottler's ball 4.
Anything close right here, knock that run in.
He may come back at the same pitch. He'll be surprised if he threw anything straight. He does, but it's inside ball 4. So second walk by Wilk. Royals fans, come out to the K on June 6th against the Astros for the next T-shirt Tuesday. The first 10,000 fans through the gates will receive a one-of-a-kind Sheriff Sal T-shirt presented by Price Chopper. To view all T-shirt Tuesday designs for the season and get tickets, visit Royals.com/T-shirt Tuesday. What we should have is a Salvi Splash with Joel T-shirt. The two of them putting their heads together, and Salvi with the splash on the top of Joel's head. Joel doesn't want that in the cold of Minnesota.
No, not today. Whoever gets that today is in for a little shocker. Hopefully it's given. Pick up a W here in game 1. Escobar's due. Struck out 3 times so far today.
And then hits it in the air to right. Kepler will make the catch. Royals lead 2, but they lead by 3 going to the bottom of the 6th. Thoroughbred Ford. Every day there is a real deal waiting for you at Thoroughbred Ford. And by National Car Rental. Go national. Go like a pro. Here at Target Field, the Royals lead at 5-2, and it's time to go to Joel.
Well, Fizz, we've been talking about Alex Gordon heading home for the birth of his daughter, so that means we'll see a different left fielder in the second game. I was talking to Rusty Kuntz about Alex, and remember he made that spectacular run-saving catch the other night, and he had a really good point. He said for most guys, that dive in a big situation, think about the mess that Jorge Soler got in recently at Kauffman Stadium. He said that dive is not advisable for most guys, but he said most guys don't get the reads that Gordo does off of the bat. Most guys don't have the ingredients that Alex Gordon does. And so while they try to teach so many of their outfielders throughout the system to do things like Alex, some of them you don't want trying to pull that kind of catch because they just don't have the ability to do it. He said that Jorge Soler has been raving to Rusty lately, saying, man, Alex Gordon is like Superman. That guy wears a cape. But Hud, Rusty said to me, he reminds me of another guy with great reads, the best center fielder that I ever had, Ken Griffey Jr. This guy, he said, is the best in left.
Thank you. Good report.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because it's the truth. I've never seen an outfielder get a better read off the bat than Alex.
Yeah.
And I played with some great outfielders. Hall of Famer Tim Raines, Dave Winfield, those guys, they weren't too shabby at reading them either. But watching Alex for 6 years has been a pleasure.
And there's a strike at the outside corner. beautifully located fastball at 95 miles an hour to strike out Rosario. Fans you can cheer on longtime Royal Alex Gordon on Thursdays in his fan section. Gordo Nation for only $35. You get a seat in left field, a limited edition Charlie Hustle brand t-shirt, and an Alex Big Head. Join your fellow fans for this great experience supporting Gordo. For tickets, go to Royals.com/theme tickets. First strikeout for Minor. Mike now with 23 and not even 23 innings. Well, he just did hit 23 innings with 2 outs. 23 strikeouts and 23 innings. You know, Brian Polberg, who is the manager at Omaha, he said Jorge Bonifacio has proven to him that he could have a Gordon-like future as a corner outfielder. He really believes in that young man.
Well, they're being tutored by the best, that's for sure. It's nice to, because you absolutely can learn something. Every day you're out here in baseball, you're going to learn something. No one knows it all, but Rusty Kuntz, he knows how to instruct it. If you have any kind of a mentality to, an aptitude to accept instruction and to have a humble heart and saying, hey, look, I want to get better, thank you, and just pour yourself into listening, he'll make you good.
Here's Rusty Kuntz, one of the best outfield coaches in the game.
Athleticism is important. Obviously, speed is a very important part of playing outfield, so you can close the gaps quickly.
And Bonifacio more comfortable in right field than he is in left. We talked about that the other day, but Polberg said he's got a great arm. He had 17 assists last year.
Yeah, we've seen him this year. He's got a nice arm. He's very accurate. What I like about Bonifacio is that he knows how to hit a cutoff man off the wall. That's important. That's a Royals baseball trait. They've been very good at cutting runners down at home and at third base with pinpoint accuracy on their throws.
He and Whit Merrifield got assists on that play at the plate, getting Miguel Sano on his hands. Good pitch. Popped up. Merrifield will make the catch. Fine play.
Tell you what, Whitley, he's all over that one, but the one that he'll be talking about and he's not happy about is that one that Sano hit off his glove would have kept Junis in line for a win. And he gave everything he could on that ball. It had a lot of spin on it, and he caught it in the end of his glove. It was a snow cone catch, and then when he hit the ground, just couldn't hold on to it. But one heck of an effort. I screamed because I thought he was going to make the play, and he had it. Sorry, I screamed on your call. See?
Yeah,
I get a little excited.
I didn't even notice it. Well, I probably screamed as well.
Because I thought he had it. It would have been It would have been one heck of a highlight tape catch.
Mike trying for a 1-2-3 inning. Advantage Minor 0-2. Working him inside, almost clipped his shoulder. Maybe that'll open up the outside corner for that good cut fastball that he's been throwing.
You know, and in case that anybody out there is wondering where's Paulo Orlando, Paulo fractured his shin, unfortunately. He fouled a ball off of his foot. So,
foul tipped into the glove. That's a strikeout. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Minor with a couple of Ks. broadcast is presented by the authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the descriptions and accounts of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals. Steve Physiak, Rex Adler, Joe Goldberg with you in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where it has been cold all weekend long. Bundle up those babies and watch a little Royals baseball. KC winning 5-2. They've hit 3 home runs in this game. A 2-run blast by Salvador Perez in the second. 2-run shot by Bonifacio in the fourth, followed by a Brandon Moss solo home run. So here is Mike Moustakas, 0-for-2 with a walk.
Adam Wilkes going to score some points with his manager Paul Molitor for eating up some innings here after the departure of Phil Hughes. He's done a nice job mixing in breaking ball, fastball, changeup.
Moose, Kane, Hosmer here in inning number 7. And that one's hit sharply to right field by Mike. So he has been on base twice with a walk and now a single.
It's nice. Moose hitting coming in today just 167 off the southpaws. A couple homers. We'll add to those numbers there with a nice clean base hit. Set that table up and let somebody clean it off. Got the meat of the order coming up. Good swing. Short and compact.
Now Lorenzo Cain, who is just 2 for his last 17, takes a ball in the dirt. But he's always hit well against Minnesota. .312 career average with 23 doubles. Royals want to keep the pressure on. Swing that momentum back their way after the Twins scored 2 in the 5th. And that'll get away, and that'll get Moustakas to second base. It might be a pass ball. Wilk had a wild pitch in the 6th, and they're calling that one a wild pitch as well. So 2 in the game for Adam Wilk. Good changeup on a 2-0 count.
That's been his out pitch against right-handed batters. Locane this year just hitting 150 off of lefties. That's normally a specialty of his. He's hitting 350 or better last year against him.
That hurt.
Better believe it did. Oh man, got him on the pinky toe, looked like. Ouch. On his back leg.
You know, you were talking about Paulo Orlando breaking his leg, and it came on a foul ball, and he tried to play through it.
Yeah.
Jermaine Dye several years ago when he was with Oakland. Foul went off in the playoffs, broke his leg, and was done for the rest of that tournament. Gained good numbers this year with runners on. He has, though, just 9 RBIs. Well off the mark. Now a full count, 3-2. Hosmer waiting. Kepler near the line makes the catch. Moustakas was thinking about going, but then pulls back. In support of Mental Health Month this May, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and their commitment to replacing stigma with hope and improving the lives of families and those affected by mental health conditions. Learn more about how to be stigma-free and visit foxsportsupports.com. Top of the 7th inning, Royals lead at 5-2. Hosmer, who is 2 for 3 today, pops it up. Dozier, 2 out. This is by far the best that Wilk has pitched for the Twins. This is only his 3rd assignment, but he got knocked around a lot. I mean, his first game was against Miami, gave up 6 runs in 3 2/3. Next game against Cleveland, gave up 2 runs in 3 1/3.
Yeah, like I said, though, he's impressing. There's his pitching coach, Neil Allen. But that's how you get on the good side of your skipper when you call him in. Your starting pitchers exit after the 5th inning. Heat up some innings.
Peter Moylan is warming. Looks like he's ready. And while we have the time, we'll tell you about MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is back with better picture quality than ever before. Watch every out-of-market game live at home, in the office, or on the go. Blackout restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. We're here is Salvador Perez, who had a long drive for a home run, his 9th of the year, RBIs 24 and 25. Just wonder if it'll be one of those don't give him anything good to hit.
Well, you know, sometimes when you have that mentality, you leave a cookie out the middle, over the middle.
2 balls, no strikes.
You know, that pitcher, sometimes he's not going to hit it exactly where he hit his spot. And that's when a hitter capitalizes.
Yeah, I was going back to that game where Danny Salazar tried to work around Eric Hosmer and went right down the middle. Now they've intentionally walked Perez, and they'll face Bonifacio.
That's a smart move there, because I think Mulder wasn't going to take a chance on the
Remember the game Salazar tried to go up above the letters to Hosmer and instead got it down below the letters, and Hosmer hit it into the hydration station. So they'll take their chances on the rookie, who's gone deep. Strike 1.
Changeup off the end of the bat. Checking to see if there's a little fracture in there somewhere.
Wilk has gone 2 2/3 shutout innings. The Royals have had runners on throughout. He's thrown 53 pitches. Oh, 2. Moylan ready because right-handers Buxton, Dozier will be starting things in the bottom of the 7th inning. Teased him upstairs.
Going to have to think right field here. Got 2-strike approach here. Just kind of slap it. Kepler's got a good arm in right. Buxton, good arm in center.
Bonifacio had a base hit to right field last night in the 8th inning. shot at right. Outfielder is shading him to right. Two on. Two out. Wilk with the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Now we shall listen to the Northfield High School sing God Bless America.
Fans, please rise and welcome the Northfield High School Choir as they lead us in the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America.
Ram. Test drive a Ram truck at the Ram Drive and Discover sales event going on now. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors for all for less. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joel Goldberg with you at Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Royals with a 5-2 lead. Peter Moylan out of the bullpen. Roughed up lately. 9.2 ERA. His job, get those right-handers out. Buxton, Dozier first, then the lefty and Maurer.
Sinker, slider. Keep the sinker running in. Sliders away. Down in location. Doesn't have the elevation to be able to get it by hitters.
Minor went an inning and a third. Solid work. Struck out a pair. Get that slider on the outside corner, did not. Now it's 1-2. Peter had a rough 5th inning Wednesday, being tagged for 4 runs and 4 hits. Again, tried to stretch that zone. Buxton had a key walk in the 5th. He would later come around to score on the infield hit by Sano.
It's going to be really difficult on right-handers. Sidewinder.
Got him with the slider.
And you know that's slider is set up by that sinker that he comes in on it. He comes in with you, and then he kind of just lulls you to sleep, and he gets you to commit and open up that shoulder.
He goes about 89 to 90 with his fastball, and then we'll go high 70s to about 80 with that slider. Here is Brian Dozier, who is 1 for 3. With 2 strikes on him, he looped a single to right field and drove in Castro. There's that sinker at 92. Would you say Dozier's more of a high ball hitter than low ball hitter?
Yeah, I would. He's looking up there because he wants to put one in the seats.
Line sharply into left field. Let's go to Joel for a game break.
Let's head out. Let's head out to Seattle, guys, and a big first inning as the White Sox batter around all over Chris Hefton. That was Yolmer Sanchez with the start of it all. 3 walks in that inning, along with 4 hits, and all White Sox with a 5 spot in the first.
Matt Strahm is our pitching change. We'll be right back. And 1 out. Joe Mauer will be coming in, and that's why the Royals bringing on Matt Strahm out of the bullpen, the left-hander, has allowed just an opponent's average of 178 Since being recalled from Omaha on April 21st, Strom has allowed just 2 runs on 4 hits over 12 innings.
He's done a nice job. He's going to use a fastball low to mid 90s. He might see some 96. Slider, changeup to righties.
Maurer 1 for 3 today. That was a double back in the first. Since is grounded out and popped up. Ball 1.
He's handling the lefties with no problem, and righties as well. He's got a nice little 3/4 angle too. It makes it a little bit deceptive.
There he dots the outside corner to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Strom, a 25-year-old lefty out of West Fargo, North Dakota. Maurer has had brilliant stretches in his career against Kansas City. A .316 career average with 14 home runs, 114 RBIs, but not much lately. Just 4 hits in his last 45 times up against Kansas City pitching.
We'll take that because he's a few years ago he raked. That's a good idea there.
We'll walk this guy with Sano coming up next. We'll have to challenge him.
Gotta get in there, don't walk anybody. Challenge him. I agree.
Just off the plate, he does walk him. So the tying run will come to the plate in Miguel Sano with his 10 home runs this year. Perez and Moustakas both come in for conversation. Young Matt Strom. He was so tremendous last year with a 1.23 ERA. But remember, it was only in 21 games. He only had 64 days of Major League service time, and now facing the big slugger.
Well, you saw the splits. He hits high for an average over 300 against lefties, but his home runs come off righties.
Keep her down right at the knees. Like that one. Started him off with a breaking ball.
He's grounded 4 double plays this year, but 7th inning or later, he's been clutch. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Strom in his career, which has been really short for both of them since they're young.
Another breaking ball, and it's an 0-2 count.
I like this. Take a note from Salvi. Don't try to, you're young. He's got a good fastball. He's saying, I'm going to blow up by this guy. So let your ego take back seat here for an out against this guy. Nothing too good here.
But the command down has been impressive. Then the fastball and belted to right, off the wall, and over the head of Bonifacio. And Sano will stop at second base. It's a 1-run game.
Just talked about it. 0-2. You don't want to give him anything too good. And he throws it a fastball right down the middle. You can't sneak a piece of cheese by this guy. That hurt. It's too good. 0-2. You try to get him to face. You try to get him to chase those breaking balls. Bonifacio tried to be in the right place for that carom off the wall, but wasn't able to get it on the carom, which is a tough read, by the way, that cement wall out there. And both runs had scored.
Royals bullpen has had a devil of a time against these Twins this year. They are 0-4 with an ERA of 9 coming into this game. Minnesota's pen 3-0 with an 0.82.
Especially as dominant as Sano has been against us with a couple of guys on, it was a mistake. I mean, obviously you're not going to throw it there.
The mistakes have really been the walks. 3 walks have scored in this game. Taylor Rogers starting to warm in the Twins bullpen. Pulled to the right side, fielded by Hosmer. Sano goes to third. Eduardo Escobar will pinch hit for Kenny Vargas.
He's 1 for 3. But that's his career numbers there. He's 1 for 3 this year. Strike 2 to Escobar. Excellent spot. And he took a lot off of it. Made it a much bigger break.
Didn't bite on the fastball up. Tying run, potential tying run at third base. Count 1 and 2. Now it's even. Got him on a fastball down that looked like ball 3. Struck him out, but 2 more score for the Twins. They're now within 1 of Kansas City. The Royals have belted 3 home runs in the game. At one time had a 5-0 lead, but Minnesota with 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. Keep coming back. Jacob Junis in his first major league start gave up 2 in 4 2/3 innings. Now Moss to face the lefty Adam Wilk, who's thrown 3 shutout innings, and Moss with a drive, and that is deep, and that is a goner. His second home run. And finally, the momentum swings back to Kansas City. They lead by 2 at 6-4.
Man, that was a no-doubter. Moss with his 7th and 8th home runs in game 1 of 2. He has a chance to have a week in 1 game next if he gets that opportunity to start next game. But that ball was beautiful struck. I mean, he's got such a powerful, quick swing. When he's on, they go a long way. Nice catch by the fan.
That's his 10th multi-home run game of his career. He has his batting average up to 200 now. And Moss now with 8 home runs on the season.
Good for him. That's a 3-hit day. Check him out. Takes his hands back slowly. Good. Little back leg bend there. Like that. Head position. You know, you're going to pull it. You're going to get it out front.
And now a bunt, and it is a darn good one by Whit Merrifield.
It's called a pocket ball right there, Fizz.
Base hit.
Put it in your pocket. Perfect.
Merrifield with a 7-game hit streak now.
He's good at it. Likes to push the ball off lefties, but this one right here, see, he gives himself up in plenty of time, and it's the perfect pitch. It's elevated. He's going to reach out there and keep his eyes on there and get the top hand on it, and that is a beauty. See how he took his time? You know, there's no chance. Even if the third baseman was playing him in like that, you can run. The third baseman has to be perfect, not you. Just get it down. Great job.
A couple of homestands ago, I was talking with Rusty Kuntz, who was out early working with some of the players on bunting, and I said, "What's the key?" And he said, "Eyes and the bat. They want to be at the same plane."
Exactly. You got it's a beautiful thing to be able to have that weapon. And Alex, he can break that in too, especially the way they play him to pull. He could drop a couple down the third base line. It would help him get his average up.
Alex has been on base all 3 times today with a single and a pair of walks. Merrifield bluffed a move. Didn't think he had a good jump.
You get 5 hits a year with a bunt. That's a huge number for your batting average. Witt's got 2. He's laid down perfect ones in the last week. Push one and drag bunt. Keeping that hitting streak alive.
Gordo down in the count 1-2. Well, Wilk has done his job. 63 pitches. Took over in the 5th for Phil Hughes, the starter. He went. Now Alcides Escobar, who has had a devil of a time in this series, 0 for 9 and 1 for his last 21. Seen his batting average tumble to 173.
Well, one of the things that Escobar used to do so well was to bunt for a base hit, you know, shoot some balls out to right field. But it seemed like this year, you know, the first month for sure, he was trying to hit homers, and that's just not him. It's just not his style of play, because he was popping up a lot of balls. Just keep on going now.
And they've got Merrifield picked off, and he is out.
Joe Mauer, second chance on a steal attempt. First time Kane threw the ball high. This time He set his feet better and stayed on top of the throw, on top of the ball.
So pickoff caught stealing. First time Merrifield's been caught this year. Maybe the Royals want to check it out.
Hey, they want to replay it. Maybe they saw something that we didn't.
Because Witt immediately thought he was out and started off the field, and then Ned said hold right there, and so they are going to take a look. And Billy Duplessis has done such a great job this year.
He's 9 out of 11, Billy Duplessis. So whenever they go to that phone, he's got to see something right. His odds of being, I mean, he's 82% correct this year. Last year, Billy Duplessis was the best in baseball with a 69.2% success rate. So you got to keep your, you got to either reach out there way ahead of him and tag him, or make sure that you get a hand, because he might have got his hand in there before the tag was put on him. And that's the beauty of replay.
Boy, it doesn't look like it's clear and convincing to overturn it.
Well, before they had replay, if the ball beats you, most of the time an umpire would call you out.
And they're going to stay with the call in the field. So Escobar up with 2 out, nobody on.
Took over for Phil Hughes in the 5th inning. Did this Adam Wilk. And he has gone all the way since. Now, obviously, won't be available for the second game. It won't, probably not tomorrow either in Baltimore. When you have an outing like this saves the bullpen, especially with a doubleheader, your manager will take you to lunch. Especially today, since all it'll cost him is a peanut butter sandwich.
Found that one off of his foot.
In between, little 30 minutes in between games.
That's all you can eat is a peanut butter and chili sandwich.
Exactly. You don't have long. And what you wait for is the lineup. You can't wait till the second lineup's up. Most times managers won't have game 2's lineup because they got to see what happens in game 1.
Up the middle, fielded by Polanco, flips it to first, but not in time. An infield hit for Escobar. Royals with their 3rd hit of the inning. Of course, the leadoff home run by Brandon Moss.
Esky's not going to let that opportunity go by. As hard as hits have been for him to come by, he can see it off the bat. He's got a chance to get it. It's a very nice play by Polanco.
3rd infield hit of the year for Alcides Escobar, and Paul Molitor is going to go to his bullpen right here with the left-hander Moustakas coming up. Craig Breslow, a southpaw, taking over with the Twins. game. How about the home runs? Salvador Perez, 2-run shot in the second. Bonifacio, 2-run blast in the fourth, followed by Brandon Moss with a solo blast, and Brandon would get his second home run then again in the 8th inning. As we take a look at our in-game box score, a 3-hit game for Moss, 2 home runs, his 10th multi-home run game in his career. Hosmer with a pair of singles. Now a new pitcher, Craig Breslow, to face Mike Moustakas. Six-foot lefty, veteran, now 36 years of age.
He's going to throw it up there about 88 to 91 with a fastball. Big breaker.
Grazes the outside corner to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Breslow has not allowed an earned run against the Royals in his last 10 appearances. And he usually goes 1 inning at a time.
Big test will be for Moose to keep that front shoulder in. Keep it closed.
Breslow always tough against lefties, and they are just 1 for 15. Craig has played for Boston, Cleveland, Minnesota, Oakland, Arizona, Miami. Fouled off.
That's that curveball. It's slow, so he's really going to keep you off balance with the 2 pitches. He'll save the changeup for Locaine.
Joakim Soria ready for the 8th. Escobar was going, and the ball hit in the air to left. Rosario makes the catch, but the Royals get a big home run by Brandon Moss to take a 2-run lead to the bottom of the 8th. Hold it up. Shaking that fist after he hit the home run to tie the game in the World Series. Win it. That's right. Game-winning home run. Here is Joakim Soria. 2-1 record this year, a 1.93 ERA. He pitched on Friday. pitched very well. And now he comes on to try and shut out the Twins in the 8th inning and hand that lead to Kelvin Herrera. He recorded his 5th straight scoreless outing on Friday despite allowing a pair of singles. But he's given up runs in just 2 of his 18 appearances this year.
He's done an outstanding job keeping everything down, not trying to overthrow.
First
Good
pitch
movement.
to Rosario, fouled off.
He's got 5 pitches. Fastball, slider, curve, slow curve, and a split finger. Cutter. He'll mix them up. He's got a lot of different looks for the hitter.
Hit sharply, but right at Merrifield.
That's what you want.
1 out. Royals hoping to get a save as Herrera will be warming up, and refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Good off-speed pitch right there for strike 1. Polanco 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, pop up. Almost bit on that off-speed pitch. Sori has always had great command. Goes back to his days when he was a closer for Kansas City. He ranks 4th in the Royals all-time list with 386 appearances. Dots the outside corner, and it's 1-2. This kind of weather, you get permission from the umpire to blow on your hand when you're on that mound. Off the plate.
He likes to flip that curveball up there down low and a split finger to get him out. Let's see if keep him off the base. Nothing too good here. There it is. That's a good spot down there.
Fouled off. He jammed him. Kane racing in. Can't make the play, and racing for second base. Escobar can't make the tag in time, and it is a double. So Jorge Polanco is hustling out of the box.
Kane decided a little bit too late to pull the parachute out, and it got by him. He tried to catch it on the fly. He thought about diving, and he said, nah, you know what, I'm going to try to keep it in front of me. Just kicked off to the side, and you got to credit Polanco for running hard. Put the brakes on a little bit too late, but you know what? At least it didn't get by him for a triple. But he's hoping for extra bases right now. Running hard.
We're going to go single E8. Castro the batter. Ball 1. Jason has grounded out, walked, scored a run in the 2-run 5th, and struck out swinging, facing Mike Minor. right, let's talk this one out. Royals looking for their first win against Minnesota this year. They have lost 7 straight going back to last season. And they had dominated in the past. The Royals won 15 of 19 versus Minnesota last year. Perfectly located fastball outside corner at the knees.
Yep, we saw where he's 1 for 4, but 3 of them were strikeouts. So Soria trying to stay away from him. Castro hurt the Royals in the first opening games of the series on base hits to left field. He was really hot early.
And walks.
He was 3 for 6, 3 RBIs, 6 walks. And those 3 hits all went to left. Polanco, he'll be coming all the way, even on a base hit from Gordon. Gene Glenn this late in the game is not going to miss an opportunity to try to score him. He runs well.
Got him.
Stop. No stop. Not even close.
He gets 1 more.
I thought it was 2 strikes and you're out.
It's okay. 3, 1 more. He can do it. Good spot there. I like that. Little breaker down low. Look good leaving his hand.
He's been able to keep that ball down very, very well. Fastball down. And now he does with the fastball, and he struck him out. Got him.
Yeah, look at that. 94. Beautiful. Especially after the 88-mile-an-hour little breaker down a little low. It looked like it was throwing 100.
So Robbie Grossman will hit for Byron Buxton. I figured why not now, because they wouldn't pinch hit for Dozier, Bauer, Sano, Kepler, who would be coming up at the bottom of the 9th.
Grossman batting left-handed, 281, and he has not had a pinch hit yet this year. He's 0 for 3. He's a pinch hitter. 2 for 6 lifetime off Soria.
He was a good pick-me-up last year from the Houston Astros after the Astros released him in mid-May.
He's got some pop. He's supposed to be their full-time DH this year.
Strike 1. The inning started with a Rosario ground out, and then Soria did make a quality pitch. Polanco popped it up into right center field, dropped for a hit. Renzo bobbled it for an error, but then the strikeout of Castro. Ground ball short. Escobar has it. That'll do it in the 8th, and the Royals head to the 9th inning with a 6-4 lead. Great job by Soria. Royals, though, with a 6-4 lead as we head to the 9th inning of play, and they'll have the middle of the order coming up. Robbie Grossman will stay in the game and play right field. That means Max Kepler, they did it the same way on Friday. He moves to center field. And staying in the game after he got the final out in the 8th inning is Craig Breslow. He'll face a right-hander in Kane, a lefty in Hosmer, and then a righty in Salvador Perez here in the top of the 9th. Game 2 will have Ian Kennedy against Adalberto Mejia. Kane on once with a walk, stole second base, left stranded. Had 2 good hacks at the last 2 pitches, but fouled them both off. 1 and 2.
Really wait on Breslow. Get a changeup now off the outside part of the plate. Will Kane like to check in? 11 hits by the Royals. Kane's the only one of them not to have one. Right here.
6 runs, 11 hits for Kansas City, 4 on 8 for the Twins. Both teams have left 8 on base. And he's able to zip a fastball down and in on Kane and strike him out.
That's pretty sneaky now. You're up there waiting on him. You know he's got a slow breaker, good changeup, and then he zips a fastball in on you. At 90, that's a good spot, great location for him.
Now Hosmer, who has 5 hits in the 2 games of this series, batting .304 on the season. Pair of singles to left, both times scoring. In front of home runs by Perez and Bonifacio. Royals with 4 home runs on the day. 1 by Perez, 1 by Bonifacio, and 2 by Brandon Moss.
Moss 3 for 8. Lefties this year, he's hitting .314.
Down low, 3-0. Royals then with back-to-back right-handers in Perez and Bonifacio next. Inside, ball 4, and so Hosmer on for the 3rd time today, his 17th walk this season.
He is locked in. And especially doubleheader time, guys that can really mop up today are Moss. Haas has a couple of hits. Moss has 3.
Salvador Perez to left field, but not deep enough as Rosario moves towards the line and makes the catch. And 2 out.
Alex has 1 hit, 2 walks. You know, he's leaving the 2nd game. But what I'm saying is that these guys have a chance if they start the next game to have a big day.
Here is Herrera warming up in the bullpen. Let's just get this game won.
That's right.
Bonifacio had that 2-run home run, robbed of a hit, and a great diving catch by Buxton in center field. Ball gets away, but Hosmer stays put. They're playing Bonifacio straight up in the outfield. Slight shift on the infield. Pulled over towards left. But you can see Kepler, who's normally a right fielder. I mean, he is straight up in center. Popped him up right side. Grossman waiting, makes the catch, and that will do it for the Royals. It's Kelvin Herrera time, trying to close things out here in game 1 of this doubleheader.
First win against the Twins of the year. Joel Goldberg back down by the Royals dugout, and a lot to talk about on Boulevard Royals Live. We're not going anywhere in between games. We will keep staying on the air, so it'll be a post-game slash pre-game preview. We'll talk about Jake Junis's first ever big league start and the homer-happy Royals. 4 homers in a game for the first time this year, plus get you ready for Ian Kennedy's return from the disabled list. A lot of baseball to talk about still coming up here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Fizz?
Thank you, Joel. And hopefully it'll be just these 3 more outs as Kelvin Herrera comes out of the bullpen. He has 8 saves this year. Blew the save on Friday, giving up a 2-run home run to Kenny Vargas that tied the game.
Stay with that firm fastball. It's hard to square that one up. That's his best pitch.
He saved all 3 games against the Orioles last weekend.
Yep, he can do it here. Change up at 88, slider.
And there is the slider. Moustakas has it, throws out Dozier, first big out.
Heck yeah, you know, they pick up this first game, Fizz, and somehow they find a way to get that second game. Be 3.5.
Should get the next 2 outs.
Go to New York. Heck, I'm already thinking ahead. I can't help it.
Power's been on twice with a double and a walk.
First things first, with the kind of power they got coming up, oh man.
First pitch fastball at 98 miles an hour. Salvi set the target right down the middle, right down Main Street.
Bauer likes to shoot the ball over here. You see Locane up there in center field. He's waiting for it.
Way over left center.
With that speed on this fastball. Now you've got to do what you can to try to challenge him and make him put the ball in play here. With that beast Sano on deck, make Bauer hit it.
Low, ball 4. Tying run will come to the plate in Sano. He has 33 RBIs on the season. 17 against Kansas City.
See if you can get him with some fastballs here. Make sure you place him just right. He's got short, quick hands. With a short, quick swing. A lot of damage he's been doing with it.
So he goes to his slider after missing with the first pitch fastball. Junis was able to strike him out on a breaker back in the first. 2-1.
That slider, it kind of froze him a little bit, locked him up.
Tried to check his swing, but it tipped off the bat, rolled back to the backstop. Herrera back in the count, even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He struck him out.
Stayed with it.
And he went with the slider instead of the heat.
Three sliders in a row. Good placement off the dish on the outer half away from the middle. Got him. And he knows, you know, he started that whole at-bat out with a fastball at 98. And so that's in the back of Sano's mind. And he was able to lull him to sleep with the sliders. Nice job
Max Kepler
pitching the big fella.
Kepler 1 for 3 today. He also walked. A single came to right field. Base hit left field. They're a tough team to finish off.
Now they're very confident, Fizz. They're first place and they believe in themselves. Fastball on the outer half, he just went with it. That's an excellent swing. Not trying to do too much.
This is Kenny Vargas' spot in the order, but Escobar pinch hit for him and struck out to end the 7th. Vargas was the guy who tied the game in the 9th on Friday. Escobar has never gotten a hit off of Herrera. First pitch in there, strike 1. Keep it right there. 2 on, 2 out. Royals by a pair. Now it's down to 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mike, just stay with the heat. Anything off speed, he can get his bat on and keep the line moving. I don't know. I think a high fastball might work. One up out of the zone. He'll just swing at it.
Tried to get him a chase. That was his changeup. Changeup at 91.
Yep, it's firm. That was good. It was off the plate. It's kind of a show me pitch now.
He got him on another changeup. Right. Fades it away, and Herrera with his 9th save of the year. And Kansas City knocks off the Twins for the first time this season.
El Toro Ole! All right, back in that win column.